Hello, welcome back to another video. Today we are back on the Mini and we are still trying to cure that oil leak. So as you may have seen in another video, if you haven't, click in the top right hand corner where I replaced the crankshaft oil seal, and that kind of cured it a little bit, but I've noticed there's still oil dripping on the floor. So today we are going to change another one of these Achilles heel, is the sump gasket. So what you'll need to do, you'll need a sump gasket. You'll need a sump plug. Always advise you to buy one of these with the O-ring. You'll need some oil. This particular engine, 5W30, and make sure this is correct. Okay, this is for the 1.4 PSA engine on the 2007 R56. You'll need somewhere to catch the oil. Now the sump bolts are 8mm, so you need a couple of 8mm spanners. I have a normal one, I have a ratchet, and 8mm socket set as well, and a torch because it's quite dark under there. So let me show you how bad it is. Right, so here we are under the car, and you can see here, this is oil dripping on the exhaust. It's on the bolt here, and if you look at the actual sump bolt, look how much oil was on that sump bolt. Yeah, and it's the same over there as well. There's a bit of a mist of oil on the sump, a little bit there. Those ones don't look too bad. There's definitely oil. So we're going to take the, you can see it here, look, you can't see it, it's dripping down here. So we're going to take this off, put a new gasket on, and hopefully that will solve the issue. So first thing to do is obviously get it up in the air on actual stands, as you can see. Safety first, and then we just need to undo all of these 8mm bolts all the way around. Some of them you can't get to a socket because the exhaust is in the way. So as I said, we'll just use a spanner on those. The first thing to do is drain the oil. So let's do that first. Right. Let's get rid of that. So you need an 8mm Allen key socket. Okay. Oh, look at all that oil coming out. I suggest you wear some gloves because this gets messy. Oh, there you go. Don't need that. Right, so we'll just let that drain. It is kind of semi-warm. I've driven it half a mile up the road just to give the oil a bit heat, because it's quite a cold day today, and warm oil comes out a lot better than cold oil. Right, so I'll come back to you in a minute. Right, so then you just have to undo all the 8mm bolts. So the ones you can get to with a socket, just take them off the socket on a little extension, to give you a bit more room. And you just need to, I'm just going to loosen them all first. They're not very tight. Just give them a bit of a, so they all come off together. As I said, they're 8mm. So that one there I can't get to with this socket. That one just about get to, I think. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. Right. And the others are right on the other side. Not sure what you can see there, but Right, so do a slightly longer extension really. There you go. So, that one there. There's going to be one there. You can sort of see where they are because there's a dip in the sump. Oh, move that around. So I'm going to get oily now. Oh, there you go. That one's gone. My socket is actually covered in oil now. Should be one there. What I can see. Oh, there it is. That was it. Okay. And I guess there's going to be one there. Front. There it is. And another one there. So I'm doing this by feel at the moment because there's still oil dripping out, as you can see. And oh, there you go. Probably doesn't make great viewing this, does it? There's that one. That's dripped all in my hand. I think all of them bar one, which is this one in the corner. Oh no, two, that one there as well. So two, which I need to get a socket on, spanner on. So I just need to somehow, that's that one there, and that one there. Get the socket. I'll get my ratchet one on there or not. Oh, oh, that's quite tight. Oh, there you go. So just while I'm under here, there seems to be 3 known issues with oil leaks on this Mini. So the one is a crankshaft oil seal, which I've done. Then the sump gasket, which is we're doing now. And the third one seems to be the oil filter housing. And that is a lot bigger job. You have to take a lot of the front off to get to it because there's just no room. So if this doesn't cure it, guess what would be the next job? Yeah, that would be that. Alright, last one. There you go. Alright, so that's all the bolts loose. And what I'll do in a minute, I'll just go and get a little electric screwdriver with a socket on it and just buzz them all off. So that'd be a lot easier than doing it with a ratchet or a spanner. Save a lot of time, and then hopefully this job will be only a couple of hours long. Obviously I need to give it a bit of cleaning up. Because the car is jacked up, obviously there's a bit of oil. Although the sump plug is towards the back, so that's probably a good thing. So, just something to be aware of when you take the sump off. Right, so the first bolt is out. And you've just been watching dripping oil, aren't you, Lucky? Anyway, first bolt's out, and I've got somewhere, know where it is. Probably sat on it. There it is. Right, I've got a little magnetic thing which is now stuck all my spanners and things to it as well. Get off. No problem. Right, so that's going to get that blasted. So I would recommend to get the 2 hardest ones out first. The ones you can't get a ratchet on, get them out first, and then you can just zuzz all the others off, and then boom, it's done. Alright. Right, so I'm going to get my zuzzer. So I've just got a little zuzzer just to make it a bit easier. So we can just go and not, hopefully, drop them. There. And I think that's a lot. I'm pretty sure. There you go. There you go. Gasket sump's off. Gasket is. Yeah. Gasket is horrible. Right. Gotta put the. Right, just going to leave it there to drain a bit. But yeah, as you can see, here's the gasket. Look. Not very. It's obviously been off in the past, I reckon. There's bits of gasket sealer holding it on. Right, so there's the old gasket. You can see there's traces of oil on it, look, all the way around. So it's obviously definitely failed, and that's so you can see there's a new one. It all looks the same. So right, so I'm going to give it all a clean. Wait till the oil to stop dripping. Make sure the both surfaces of the sump and the bottom of the block are all nice and clean before I put the new gasket on, and we'll come back to that in a minute. Just so you know, these are 8mm bolts and there's 16 of them. Okay, right, so once you've got the sump off, give it a good clean. This one has obviously been off before because there was some sealant around it, so I've given it a good clean. I would recommend to buy one of these plastic scrapers. This was literally just arrived from Amazon and was about £4 and came with about 20 of these. Okay, so the gas is going to sit on like thus. It's not. Why is that not fitting? It's going to go that way. There you go. Look, there you go. Right, so the gas is going to fit on like that. What I'm probably going to do is just put a couple of little dabs of some sealant just to hold it in place while I put it up, because you have to put it in at a certain angle to clear the exhaust. If you don't, this is just going to fall off, and then it's a bit of a nightmare. Meanwhile, as there's continually dripping there, but cleaned all the bottom of the block off, because it's a load of gasket sealer on it as well. So I've cleaned all that off. It's now ready to go on. The only downside is this exhaust here, where the oil's been dripping. This is sodden, so this is going to smoke and smell like hell on startup. So once the sump's on, I'm going to spray all this and see if I can give it a good clean. Look how dirty it is. But anyway, let's see if we can get it back on. Alright, so the gasket's in place. As you can see, I've just put a very small dab of this blue silicone gasket sealer, and this is literally just to hold the gasket in place while I put it back onto the block. So I'm just going to let that cure a minute so it doesn't move, and then we will go and fit it. Right, so make sure you've got the sump. Well, it's not really important, but make sure you've got the sump in place. So you need to get this end in first, so very, very carefully just put it up under there like that, and there you go, we're in. So let's get a bolt in. One. Get one down this end. Actually, let's get one in there. This is where this whizzy thing comes in to its own. So I'm not doing them up tight, I'm just George has come off. Where's my George gone? Oh, I'll do that in a minute. Let's get another bolt in here. Let's get one in there. There you go, let's hold that. Sort out. Right. And now, just a case of putting all the remaining bolts in. Let's do something on the back. Let's clean this oil up so I don't lay in it. Let me do that. There it is. Where's my torch gone? Right. So I'm starting these off by hand, if you can get your hand in there, just to make sure you don't cross thread them, and then buzzing them up with this, just lightly, and then we'll tighten them all up when we get to in a certain sequence so it goes on nice and square. Like that. One. Do this one here. And once in, you'll find your Zaza which you left on the floor. And then just Zaza it up. Okay. How many got left? 3 left. Right, they're all done. They're all done. So it's just these end ones somewhere. I've got one there to do, and one over there. Again, I can't reach. Oh. Okay, right, that's all in. Don't forget to put the new one about them in before you fill it with oil. I'm going to do a filter change anyway because I've bought one of them. So all you need to do now is just nip up to the torque that's on the screen. If you want to, I mean, don't nip them up too much because the gasket is there to do the job of the seal. So just start in the middle and then do opposites just so it's torqued down nice and evenly, okay? And the same, one there, one there, one there, one there, just like you would do a head gasket. There we have it, the finished article. One new sump gasket on a Mini R56 1.4 PSA engine. Hopefully that will cure all the leaks. So the only thing to complete the job is to get the car back on level ground and fill it up with oil. Check with the dipstick, and before that I'm going to change this oil filter here as well. I'll do that now. Right, to undo the oil filter, it's a 27mm socket. It shouldn't be tight, and just undo . There. That'll be it. Yep. So, let's get some rag in case it's the wrong one. Might be some oil in here. There you go. A lot of oil came out there, and that filter, bloody hell, that looks like it hasn't been changed in a while, doesn't it? Let me get it out. Right, let's see if I can get it out. Right, so I've got the old filter out, giving this a bit of a clean. So this is the new filter, comes with a new O-ring. So you just need to remove the existing O-ring. Use a little bit of a pick. like that. Give it a bit of a wipe round. Just get rid of any old oil. Okay. Just gonna coat the new O-ring in a bit of oil, just to give it new oil, just to give it a bit of lubricant, and then just gently it's very slippery. There you go. Push that in place. And there you can see it just sits in this recess here. Okay. And then the old filter, new filter. It's got little lugs there. Just pops in like that, and then just screw it back in. Then just literally put it back on. Don't cross thread it, and then just tighten up with the socket. You can see the gap there, so just when the gap closes up, doesn't have to be tight. There you can see there's no gap there. Right, last thing to do, top up the oil, which is there. I'm not going to show you how to do that. Put oil in here, check it with the dipstick, simple. Right, thanks for watching the video. Please do comment, like, and think about subscribing. When I read a comment from you guys and I've managed to help you along, it gives me a nice warm fuzzy feeling inside. So thank you very much. See you on the next video.